Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. And in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this DIY chiffon dress inspired by this Dolce & Gabbana chiffon dress. First, I am going to be starting off with the basics bodice by just sewing down the dart that is on the chest. And once the darts are sewed down, I'm going to be adding on the back of the bodice. So here's one of my modifications that I did my own way instead of the pattern instruction way. So basically all I did was cut out 3 straps for each side, and I just braided it down so it could be like a braid strap, and I just simply went down and just stretched out just so they can look more puffy and just elegant. And yes, it took some time to get it correct, well, for my eyes, because I am a perfectionist. And right here, I'm sewing on the overlay that wraps around your chest. And I don't know, I hope you can get a good look of it. It's just my camera basically stopped recording and it died. So I don't really have the full thing. But if you get the pattern, you'll definitely be able to see what the overlay looks like. It's just like a wrap around the bodice. Plain and simple. And then all you gotta do is just sew around the arm and the side seams. And now on to the skirt. I am going to be doing the slit. So the skirt is basically high slit in the front. So you're going to be cutting the half of a skirt and basically hemming those both halves. So it could be a slit. And I use floral chiffon, and then I also use the solid pink chiffon to get that look. You'll see also that I did it with the back skirt, that I cut it in half, and it was a fun experience. It was also hard because it required thinking and a strategy plan. So, you know, if you love sewing like I do, it's really not that tedious, but it does take some thinking to execute a plan. So right here, the skirt back is, you're supposed to cut on the fold of the fabric, but instead I basically just cut half. So I had 1/2 floral chiffon and then the other half pink chiffon to give it that checkerboard effect. So after the cutting is done, I'm going to pin it together and just sew down the seam so it could be one skirt instead of a fourth of a skirt. So I don't know if that makes sense, but right here I am going to be sewing the skirts together in the front, so they're already hemmed already, and I'm just going to put the floral part on top of the solid part, and I'm just going to run a seam down, well, run the seam across the top of the skirt where the pleats are. And don't worry, you're not going to see this seam because it's going to connect with the bodice. So here I am being a perfectionist again. I am double checking with the pattern to make sure I am aligning the front correctly. So now I'm going to put the front and the back of the skirts together, and when you do that, basically I am putting them together so where they are opposite from each seam. Right here it don't look like it because I thought I did something wrong, but I did do something wrong where I pinned it on the wrong side, so I thought I messed up the whole effect. It was so funny when I found out, but that's why you Once that is done, I connected the bodice and the skirt together, and now I'm getting ready to put on the zipper. And mind you, this is one of the hard parts, I want to say, for me, just because I tried to do it the way that the instructions told me to. So I just took my own skill set and just worked on it myself, and the way they had me insert it was a way where I never done it before. Once the zipper is inserted, I basically started on the lining of the bodice, which is the same way you do the bodice. And I'm going to insert it in and just basically sew around it and finishing up my dress, which is the exciting part because it's like the finale of all the hard work that you put into it. So, yeah. So here you want to just make sure the overlay is not in the way of inserting the lining, because we do not want to sew on the overlay. We don't want no type of connection because it's supposed to be flowy and loose, so it could wrap around like a wrap dress and give it that pleat effect. So yeah. After you've sewn around the bodice lining, you want to flip it over and press it down, and then you want to fold in the salvage edges and basically sew it on the zipper. All that's left now is to hem the bottom and you're finished.